Hello again, this is Sergio from Smart LED, and thank you for joining me for the Gen 8 Smart LED 1x2 Qi panel, the quick install panel technical service bulletin. So in this video, we're gonna go over how to bolt together all the panels in the Smart LED Gen 8 series. And also we're gonna go over the full troubleshooting, how to replace panels, how to check cables, and also how to remove the power box. So here in my hand, I have a ratchet and I have some bolts. The Smart LED bolts are unique in that they have a captive washer and a captive lock washer as well. So when you tighten it down, it has a very good a very good clinch between the bolts. And you can also use a nut on the other side so you can also further secure the connection between the panels. Now, that being said, for a small sign like a 2x4 or 3x6, you could probably do okay with just these bolts and our Smart LED clip angles, which are just like some stainless steel clip angles. But for larger signs, you should be using these back plates that we give you, and you should also use maybe a square tube or at least an L angle bracket to use, to make a whole section of them if you're doing like a 4x10 or 4x8 or bigger. Okay, so real quick, I want to show you the way that this whole structure goes. So when you stack them, you have two bolt holes here, which are the bolt holes for the nuts when you stack them together. But you also have these two alignment pins. Now the alignment pins basically serve as the way that you would align when you stack two pieces together. So that way, if it doesn't line up, then you know you're too far. If you're this way, you're too far. Once when you reach the middle, it'll sit down solidly, and then you know you can put your bolts on the top. Now, try to never use power tools. We always recommend you use a hand ratchet for ratcheting both the connections between the top and the bottom, and also the connections between the sides, when you're putting panels left to right. Now, real quick, I want to show you on the back. Just actually, the quickest way I could probably do this is let me remove this cable. So the cables have a built-in washer which you just undo, and then you just wiggle them loose, just like that. And then when you put them back together, make sure you use the plastic lock washer until it seats fully. Now, I want to take this panel and just show you on the back. So as you can see, you have what we call the input pigtail and the output pigtail to do your daisy chain connections. Now, in the back, you can see the lock-in mechanism for the panels. That's just a cam lock. That's a quarter turn cam lock, which you use this Stanley tool that we include. It's just a Stanley T-handle tool to lock them from the back and from the front. And you can do this type of service from both the front or the back. Now, for most signs, they are going to be front service, most installations, but some may be, if it's a billboard, it may have rear service. You also have the power box, and you have these two plastic covers for the power box locks. If you unlock the power box locks, then you'll have access to the whole power box and the hub card behind it. So the main thing I want to show you here is that as you do your connections, you'll see that near the top 1/3, you have the connection for the top bolt. Okay, so like if you're putting another panel, you're gonna go ahead and turn this bolt, okay, and then you'll go ahead and use your ratchet tool, okay, to ratchet it all the way down or all the way through. And once you do that, you should have an M8 or M10 nut and place it on the inside once you ratchet it down fully. Okay, so then once you do that, you'll do the same thing on one side, and you'll do the same thing on the two holes on the inside. So you basically have a total of 3 when you're connecting 2 of these Smart LED Gen 8 Qi panels together, the quick install panels. You also have these openings where you can run your cable line through the side right here, just like that. And also, if you have like a longer cable, when you're going from the top to the bottom, you'll have to route it from this opening, which is near the top. Now, lastly, there's one thing that I want to show you back here is that once you've bolted everything together, you should keep in mind that you also have 4 bolt holes here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we also include these painted powder-coated black stainless steel back plates, which if you're using a 1 inch or 1.5 inch square tube frame, you can actually mount the square tube frame here, and you can use these panels to sandwich your frame. You know, with these back panels, you can sandwich your frame to the sign, and you're ready to go any size. You could do 10 by 20 or any size, 20 by 50, whatever you want. As long as you're doing a nice square tube frame, you could do any size. Now, that being said, for all the other things, it's a pretty quick thing. You can actually mount our standard clip angle, which I have a sample right here of this. This is included with your Smart LED sign kit. And you can actually mount that here on the back. You bolt your thing, and you can actually mount another L angle on here. So you can mount L angle to our mounting clips if you need to. So that's about it as far as the hardware installation. The last thing you do once you bolt everything together is you obviously have to use our connectors, such as this one, okay? And your shop drawing, and you basically, this is called the RPDJ connector. This is the right power and data junction cable. So you look at your spec sheet or look at your shop drawing that we sent you with the sign kit, and you find out which of these you have to use, and they'll show you exactly where they go in line. Because you need these to daisy chain. Like when you reach the end, you have to mount one of these two so that this daisy chain jumps up and continues out to the rest of the sign. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this thing around. Oh, last thing I wanna say is here obviously is our logo. You have your serial number, and then you have some electrical specifications here, including the temperature and everything, working temperature. Mounting this thing back, I'm gonna move on and start talking about how to remove the panels, okay? To remove the panels, you use the Stanley tool. For the Gen 8 series, it's the 94-344. That's the exact size which comes with your sign kit. It usually comes in the brain box unit. You go into the weep holes, and there's 4 of them. You make sure that it's fully mounted, and you go counterclockwise quarter turn, okay? And you're not putting a lot of force. You're not going like, no. You're just barely with 2 fingers. As you can see, I'm doing it with 2 fingers. Or 3 fingers, you just do quarter turn, nice and easy. Once you remove the 4, once you do the unlock on the 4 cam locks, which I've already done before the video just to make things easy, but I'm going to show you the 4 locations visually. This is the last location, see? So you lock, quarter turn clockwise, locks, quarter turn counterclockwise, unlocks. Once you remove the 4, you can keep the tension on the Stanley tool to help you pull back, and then the panel will detach from the frame power box. And this is the panel right here. This is the front, and this is the back with the integrated connector. Okay, so now this panel, if you had a problem or it was broken, you'd put this aside, and then obviously you'd get the other panel and put it onto the same frame. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and take both of the panels off, because I wanna show you how to remove the power box if need be. So then I just removed the second panel, set it aside. And these are the 9.5 or the 10 millimeter panels. So how do you remove the power box? Well, if you're servicing from the back, you're gonna have to take like an angled screwdriver and take off these 2 screws right here with the angled screwdriver from the back, and then the power box will come off. But if you're taking it off from the front, it's very easy. You just get a power screwdriver, okay? Set the clutch level to 4 or less, set the power drive to reverse, and there's 4 stainless steel screws that will remove the power box. Now, why would you have to remove the power box? It's very simple. If the power supply is bad or the light on the back is not blinking, which I want to show you the light, the status light right now, then that means the power supply may have gone bad in this specific 1x2 Gen 8 panel. Now, the other reason you may have to change the power box is if one of these pigtails goes bad. Like if this pigtail goes bad and it's not putting out to the daisy chain, or this pigtail went bad and it's not receiving the data signal, you're not getting a blinking green from the stainless steel status button, activity button, which I'm going to show you right now, then you have to swap out the power box, because obviously the panels are fine, but this power box has an issue. So once again, let's go ahead and take it off real quick. So I'm going to remove 2 screws. Now I'm going to support the power box from the middle, 3rd screw. And just like that, once the screws, I'm gonna take the screws and put them off to the side. Then I'm gonna make sure that I pull up and straight out, okay? So the stainless screws look like this, okay? Just standard Phillips. And then here's the power box right here, see? That's all there is to it. So you would remove this power box, you'd get your box with a replacement power box, and then you just mount it the same way with the cable pigtails pointing down. You make sure you push them to the back, and then you make sure you put one clip in, then the other clip, and then you can screw it on. That's it. That's all there is to it. So now the last thing I want to show you before we end this video is this is a very important button. This is called the activity button. Okay, and then this is a stainless steel button that has a LED ring around it. The LED ring will either be steady red when it has AC power on it, or when you have a video data through the pigtail, through either of these pigtails, it will be blinking green. It blinks at about three green blinks per second. So sometimes it actually looks yellow. So if you see like a yellow color or a blinking green color, you know that this box and this panel is working properly. I'll go ahead and put everything back once we finish this video. But if you have any questions, please call us at 1-800-762-0796. And the extension for service is 196, or you could just ask for the service department. Or you can email directly to the service department and the support team at Smart LED Inc. Just by emailing support@smartledinc.com. That's all there is to it. We hope you're going to have a very quick service appointment whenever you're replacing any parts on any of our signs. And thanks for watching this Gen 8 Technical Service Bulletin. See you.